Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, I'm Kristin, and this is Traveling with Kristin, where I help you achieve and sustain the digital nomad lifestyle. Now, I've been traveling around the world for about 15 years, and almost 10 of them have been working for myself as a digital nomad. So I've definitely seen some reasons why people fail and why they succeed. And today I want to talk to you about the 4 main things that I see consistently that are a good indicator that you'll succeed in the digital nomad lifestyle. And these attributes are relevant whether you are just starting out, just planning your journey, or if you're already an experienced nomad. If you want more detail, I will link to an article about this exact topic below. It's something that I talk about all the time. I teach workshops on it, and it's something that I'm really passionate about, helping people sustain this lifestyle long term because it's awesome. So I've actually been helping people relocate around the world for over 7 years, and I've relocated about 1,000 people in that time. Nomads, poker players, corporate employees, foreign investors, and other kinds of expats. And the one thing that everybody has in common that makes them successful is that they have a consistent source of revenue, right? They have a job. So they're not hiring me to help them because they're unemployed and they want to book a one-way ticket to Bali. They're hiring me to help them move because they have a job that either requires them or allows them to travel to a different country. So the one thing that they know for sure is that they're going to have a consistent monthly income, whether that income comes from a paycheck, a retirement account, their own business, or any other sort of revenue stream, investments. The one thing that they all have in common is that they have a source of funds that's consistent, and they also have savings. So if you don't have a job or income or a lot of savings, at least 6 months worth, then you should probably be waiting to start your digital nomad journey because it can end pretty fast if you don't have money. The second thing that helps all expats succeed is having a flexible, open-minded attitude. So you guys know that when you go on vacation, things can go wrong, like pretty much any time you travel. And it can be stressful, it can be frustrating to plan a trip and then to actually go on that trip. So when you become an expat or you become a nomad that's traveling and you're working at the same time, things can be exponentially more stressful than they are if you're just having fun. A huge part of succeeding as a digital nomad is having a positive mindset, but even more importantly than an optimistic positive mindset is a flexible mindset. So there's going to be a lot of things going wrong, a lot of setbacks, a lot of unexpected things, you know, your known knowns and your unknown unknowns or whatever. So being able to roll with the punches and just take things with a grain of salt and adapt to foreign cultures and ways of living and ways of doing business is going to definitely help you on your journey. The third factor for success as a digital nomad, and this is a crucial one, is having a tribe, having a support system, having some sort of network of friends and people that you can lean on when times get tough. You're going to likely, just by the nature of being a remote worker or being an online entrepreneur, and especially location independent, you're going to probably spend a lot of time by yourself because you'll end up spending a lot of time working. And especially if you're traveling, you might travel with people sometimes, but I think the majority of digital nomads are traveling by themselves, at least at the beginning. So it can be very exciting at the beginning to travel. Actually, traveling is always a great experience, but even when things go wrong. However, without having a network to lean on, you're going to find yourself one day waking up and just feeling very alone in the world and very lost, and we don't want that to happen. So the people who are able to sustain this lifestyle for years and decades have a really good network of friends, either back home or abroad or virtually and internationally. And they're the kind of people that even if they don't talk to them every day, they know that they're always there. So there's a ton of different ways to meet people within the lifestyle and outside the lifestyle. Being lonely is a really commonly reported side effect of being a digital nomad. So there's tons of ways to meet people both online and offline. And depending on how long you're staying in a given destination, you can focus on meeting locals or meeting local expats or other transient digital nomads as well that you can meet up with multiple times over the years around the world. The fourth factor of almost equally weighted importance, I think all of these are critical. If you're missing one, you're going to miss out. And the fourth thing is being clear on your reasons for doing this. So you may have heard through other perspectives about why establishing your why is important, and it cannot be more important when you're a digital nomad, because typically you're the one making the decision to become a nomad. You may be relying on yourself for income, and you may not have anyone in your close circle who agrees with you or is supporting you in that decision. And even if they do support you, they very rarely can really identify with why you're doing it and really understand from your perspective. The only one who knows why you're doing it is you. I see a lot of people kind of jump the gun with becoming a digital nomad and transitioning really quickly, and then not being able to realize the warning signs of when they're traveling too fast, when they aren't taking care of themselves, when they should stop, if they should keep going, because they don't have a very well-defined reason for doing so. Honestly, not to be cliche, but the metaphor about piloting a plane or being the captain of a ship is so relevant here, because if you don't know where you're going, you cannot get there, and you'll never know when you're there. So you could spend 3 years in the wrong home base airport or in the wrong port or harbor and not even realize it, or you could find yourself just like out in the doldrums treading water for a longer time than is needed if you're clear on what you're doing and why. And also, I see a lot of people asking about how to decide where to go in the first place and where to live, and this is very parallel with that, because if you haven't defined and articulated what you're looking for in a destination, then no one else can recommend a good place for you to go. If you post on a Facebook group, where should I go or what should I do, you need to define which criteria you're judging a place by. So a place like Bulgaria that I love, other people might hate, but this exact town where I am exactly fit the criteria that I was looking for. And over the many years that I've been traveling around the world, over a decade, I've been able to recognize my limits and know when it's time to slow down, when I'm feeling more adventurous, when it's time to take a break and go back to the US for a while, or if you want to go back to your home country permanently. So these are all things to keep in mind. So to sum it up, how can you plan to succeed? How can you take action and ensure that you're going to succeed as a digital nomad? So the first thing is to go back to your why. Figure out what personal, professional, and any other reasons that you're doing this for, so that you know going into the future, because you don't know how long you'll want to stay in the lifestyle, if not permanently. And then also, I like to do an exercise once or twice a year, which is called a life design plan, where I basically go through every category of my life, from career, finances, health, friendship, relationships, family, all sorts of things. And I just identify what's important for me to focus on that year. And this can really help you stay on track, because being a digital nomad, you're really combining your work with your life, and they are going to be inseparable. So it's really good to get clear on each aspect of your life, so that you don't end up in the wrong country with the wrong people and the wrong activities and feeling bad, and your business goes down and your health gets worse, and all these things can kind of cascade together. So if you have that all set, you'll be good to go. I'm a little bit OCD about this, because I look at my goals on like a daily, weekly, monthly basis. But another tip is to make sure that you're tracking how you're feeling. And traveling and being a digital nomad can be a very externally oriented, outward experience, where you're always taking in new information, new inspiration, and meeting new people, and it's always an outward projection of energy. So it's really important to reflect on your experience, take some time by yourself, and journal or read, and again, look back at your personal goals, because that's the way that you'll be able to sustain this lifestyle long term. A few other tips are things like having a budget and following your spending plan, taking small steps and not doing too many things at once so you don't get burnt out. Traveling slowly. I really don't think that people who are in a different destination every week or even every month are being that productive. And just remember to be flexible and keep things in perspective. So those are my 4 main reasons why digital nomads succeed, and a few tips so that you can put together your own action plan to do the same. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and make sure to check out the polar opposite to this video, which is why digital nomads fail and how you can avoid that. And I'll link to that one below or post it somewhere here.